Welcome back to I Hate That Shit, a podcast about hate and shit and love and life. Here we are with your host.
Hi guys, this is Bonnie. Hope it finds you well out there. Enjoying yourself, getting ready for the holidays. Yep, that's what we're all about these days, right? Don't
Right.
you think?
100%.
Liz don't do the holidays.
Liz does not do the holidays.
Liz don't do the holidays. Anyway, I haven't seen you for a while. What have you been up to?
Working.
She never has nothing else to say, you guys. You see how she is? I can't even carry on a conversation.
There was
with
one
her.
week where I did something extra.
You did. You had 4 days off.
I did. They're enjoyable.
Yes. Isn't it nice?
But now we're back at the grind.
Well, I understand the grind.
I gotta grind so I can do another 4 days off.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we going to talk about today?
We
Liz?
are going to talk about
Overrated.
over what we
Personally
think
are
overrated
overrated bullshit
things.
Overrated things. Yeah. Movies.
People, things, all of it.
all of
Places.
it. Places, teams.
Whatever comes up.
Yes. Whatever
Just-
comes up.
Overrated shit.
Yeah. I did look up a little bit of something and
Or underrated, maybe.
okay, we
Might be
could
a
do
little
both.
balance, too.
Right, but I don't really
But we're going to
don't-
focus on overrated.
Yeah, cuz I don't know anyone that's underrated. I mean, I am.
Well, no, the fuck you're not.
Anyway,
We're
over-
going to do overrated.
All right,
but
fine.
If you think of something along the way,
Right.
throw it out there.
I will.
Of course.
Wow. Anyway, I did thanks, Liz. Sorry, folks.
Do I need to pause?
No.
Okay.
Overrated. I guess the terminology for that, the meaning is too highly praised, and I would 100% agree with that. Being overrated, you are too highly praised.
Well, that's literally what it is. That's
Yeah.
where the term comes from.
Exactly.
It's just people think a lot of it,
And-
it's not.
No. And the number one on my list, Starbucks. Really? Starbucks sucks, and it's too expensive. I hadn't been to Starbucks in forever. I mean, like forever. Me and Rocco had some business to attend to, and the bank wasn't open yet. So there was a Starbucks across the street. So we both went over there and we got drinks. I got a hot mocha, and I think he might have got just a plain coffee. I don't remember. I'm telling you, we walked outside, we drank a little bit of it, and we both threw them away. It was that bad.
I mean,
I
it's
don't like it.
just basic coffee.
It's
It's not
burnt.
even good. It's just
not.
basic. But they have their.
What is it? They're
It
following.
that's their.
What is
they
it?
like it. They
People
built their
can
little.
spend. Well, how much is it a cup
I'm
of
gonna
coffee?
honestly, I'm gonna say their prices for a coffee shop are comparable. I've been to other places where
So
it
what,
was
$5?
similar for a black coffee, like a couple bucks,
Oh, okay.
not $5.
Oh, okay, good. That's good. It's
Well,
those
it's just a
specialty.
plain black
coffee.
coffee.
It's those
It's
other
not that,
specialty
but
drinks.
yeah, if you get like a
Mm-mm,
frappuccino or
mm-mm, mm-mm.
fancy lattes and all that, then yeah, it's gonna be like, depending on what size you get, like
Yeah,
$3 to $7.
for coffee beans.
It's not no that's more for like the frappuccinos and
Oh
stuff.
man, no.
If you get like a large frappuccino, add a bunch of shit to it,
I don't.
and
get
then at
it.
that point, it's not even coffee; it's
That's
a
what
milkshake.
I don't get it. I don't.
It's like getting a
understand it.
20-ounce milkshake.
I'm sorry, but I think Starbucks is way overrated, overpriced, all of that. And I mean, I'll put all those places in that same
Like, do
category.
I think it's overrated? 100%.
Yes.
Do I think it's overpriced? I don't think it's overpriced comparative to coffee
Right.
shops.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But I think it's all of it's overpriced
Mhm.
for what it is.
I
For
agree
what
with
you
that.
want to pretend to call it.
Exactly. I agree. But that one is definitely at the top of my list.
And I know a lot of
Ugh.
people who like gas station coffee better.
Well, if it's
And it's like
made
99
right.
cents.
Yeah, exactly. I'd take that over Starbucks any day. Any day. Circle K has good coffee, so does 7-Eleven.
Especially if you go to like a truck stop.
Yeah.
Where they're constantly making fresh batches.
Coffee all the time. I agree with that. Instead of, I don't know, whatever. It's overrated as far as I'm concerned. Number 2, let's talk about movies. What do you think is your number 1 movie that's overrated? You got one? See, I can't even think of a movie that I think is overrated. I mean, unless you go like Titanic, Avatar, those kind of movies.
Well, I mean, I think in that case they go more preference.
Right.
Like, I like Star Wars.
Yes, you know. That's the number 1 overrated movie for me.
But that's because you probably don't.
I saw the first 3.
I'm not saying you didn't see it. It's just that, like, you don't.
Yeah, no.
You watched it. It was fine. You moved on. Exactly. I've watched them a couple of times.
Can't do it.
I'm not obsessive about them.
Can't do it. Rocco loves them too. I do not.
I can't tell you every character and every planet and everything about it, but I enjoy it, and I've seen like some of the offshoots.
Why?
Because I really like it.
Okay, let's say Star Wars started in 19.
It's got a little bit of everything to it. It's got action, romance.
But I don't get 40 some years later, that it's still a really big thing. And that leads me to another overrated thing, is that stupid Truly and seltzer water bullshit. What the fuck is that all about?
Well, I think all of those have their time.
What? Well, see,
because like when I was a kid,
I thought it would be over with too by now.
And teenager and all that, it was Zima.
That is true. I remember Zima.
Basically the same thing.
It is.
Tasted better though.
Yeah.
And like Smirnoff Ice.
I don't get it.
And now everybody wants to be healthy.
Yeah. Seltzer, it sucks. I mean,
but
5 years ago,
you're still drinking. Like you're still fucking
drinking.
But this way, I guess that way you can drink the whole way.
Yeah, without feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's like it's seltzer.
It's seltzer water. It's
beer.
like club water or whatever you want.
It goes down a lot smoother than beer does.
Don't like it.
If you don't want to drink liquor.
Yeah. So what?
And
then
you
have
don't
water.
like beer. But you want to have a drink. But you got to function for the rest of the day.
Then have a mock cocktail.
And you don't know about ciders.
Exactly. You know, ciders are considered a wine product.
Are they?
Yeah. I learned that up.
Way.
Yeah. Liquor laws. Yes.
Because
it's considered a cider.
A lot of them have a lot more alcohol than wine does.
It's still considered a wine, though.
Probably because it's fruit.
I was shocked too. I was like, oh, what?
Probably because it's fruit, but some of them are like way more.
I'm studying that stuff right now.
Potent.
Those liquor laws in Arizona. Gotta know that stuff. Anyway, what were we just talking about? Who? What? Oh, seltzer water. No bueno. No.
I've tried them.
No.
I don't know.
I don't get it. I mean, and then 5 years ago, I remember when it first hit the scene. Probably longer than that. 7 years ago, when it first hit the scene, I was like, "That's not gonna last."
You don't want to.
I was like, "That's not gonna last."
You're not hanging out with the White Claws.
No, that stuff is.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws.
That's funny. That's a good one. Anyway, I think it's overrated. Definitely.
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Celebrities. Kim Kardashian is at the top of the list. Paris Hilton, all of those celebrities.
Well, Paris Hilton's not really that.
Is she not that big anymore? She's still overrated as far as I'm concerned.
Nobody really said anything about her lately until.
Didn't she just have a baby?
She just had. I think she had her second baby.
Yes.
Anyway,
I don't know.
But they were doing some. She kind of came back into light because they did some documentary about this school or something that she was sent to as a kid, and they abused teenagers. School? Yeah.
Well,
and they were like, well, she's a name,
right,
that people would notice,
right,
so that'll get attention to it,
right.
So she's like, okay,
yeah.
And then she had like a little baby comeback. It wasn't anything like.
Yeah. Well, she did Simple
that's
Life,
the
right?
thing.
And then it was her marriage, I think, that made her back in the spotlight. I don't know. I don't care.
She did Simple Life, and
I don't know what else she'd done, but
I
I
don't
thought
know if
I thought she
something-
was overrated.
she was a
though.
socialite. She became
Yeah,
famous
that's
when
fair.
socialites became
I
famous.
agree.
There was a brief period where socialites were just the shit.
Right. And who else is overrated? Definitely Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
She definitely admitted that they scammed their way to a fortune, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but they've made good on their own. I mean, they've all done, she has their skims, so they've all done their own thing.
No, I'm not going to knock them, but they
overrated.
did, like...
Too much time on TV already. Get off.
Yeah.
Get off the air.
They're not really promoting anything good
Mm-mm.
or healthy.
No.
Like, they try to, but then they lie about it.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Now, what about the Beyonce or Taylor Swift? Who's more overrated?
Both. Don't kill me.
I won't kill you because
No,
I
out
agree.
there.
Yeah, you guys, these are our
In the world.
opinions. Our opinions.
This was something I never thought I'd say out loud.
Why? I agree,
Because
though.
the Beehive and the
Oh, yeah.
Swifties are...
Whatever. See, that's what I mean. It's like the hype is just. It's
we
such
might be
bullshit.
canceled after this just for
Whatever.
me saying that.
Well, God, I'm sorry, you guys. You know, we are entitled to our own opinion, just like you love Taylor Swift and the Beyonce. That's fine.
I don't care if
mean,
y'all like them. I don't care.
I don't
about
care
that. That's
either.
Fine. I just.
We just think they're overrated. I do, really.
I
But,
don't
mean,
think
look at all
either
that
one
money.
of them. I think. Listen,
Mm-mm.
congrats to them for getting to where they are.
Billionaires.
That's great.
Mhm.
They built up.
They have.
They did
People
their
love
thing.
them. People love them.
They built the fan base.
But
They built their
still.
careers. They built their extra stuff outside of it. Because I know Beyonce has like a lot of businesses outside.
yeah.
I'm sure
Yes.
Taylor Swift does
This
too.
too.
They all do.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna knock.
Their passive income is way more than we.
They
can
make
even
more
think.
money
I know.
asleep than I will ever see in my life.
Truth, man. That is
But-
truth.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock them for that,
No.
and I appreciate the work that they've put in and where they've gotten to.
I
But
agree, but they're overrated.
I just,
Their music's not that great.
I don't think either one of them.
It's not that great.
I'm so sorry, but I don't think either one are that great singers.
And maybe it's because I'm old school too. I don't know, because there was someone on social media that was saying that people like Beyonce and Taylor Swift, they're entertainers. Then they put people like Lady Gaga and Cher, that they're singers and entertainers. That they also have the powerhouse to also be, they're entertainers and singers. And Beyonce and Taylor Swift don't fit into that category. So don't at me, because that's just what I
Well, you
heard.
had like, I think Lady Gaga and
I don't remember the other one.
Bruno Mars and
I love
all
him.
of them. Like they write their music.
Mhm.
And they play instruments. They are
Mhm.
true musicians, songwriters,
Exactly.
and they have the voices and the skills to back it up.
Exactly.
They are
Agreed.
all around. And then you take, again, don't. But Beyonce, who made a whole song that's "Who Run the World, Girls, Who Run the World,
Love
Girls,
it.
Who Run the World,
Right.
Girls, Who Run the World, Girls,"
Right.
and it took like 50 songwriters.
Yeah. I know. And
And you're like, that took 50 people.
It's weird. That's weird.
It's
weird.
And I'm exaggerating the number, but still, like, that shouldn't have.
That's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
No, Beyonce.
It might have been 20 people.
Well, okay. What?
Okay,
that's-
yeah, Beyonce, yeah, the hype.
Yeah.
The hype. of
Exactly. It's like,
Beyonce. Now,
wow.
Destiny's Child,
I agree.
underrated.
I agree with that.
But
I love them, but
that's because people these days are too young to know about them.
okay. What about the Beatles? Up against the Stones. I'm a
big
Rolling
Stones
Stones.
fan.
I am.
I'll take the Beatles over the
I don't mind the
Stones.
Beatles, but
I think
mm-mm,
if you really want to place context
mm-hmm.
unbiasedly, As much as it kills me to say it, I'd say they're both overrated.
Not the Stones. They are a little bit. I agree. But see, okay. Elton John is not overrated. He's perfect. I
Yeah.
love Elton John. But I can see what you mean, like with the Stones and Beatles. I get that because, again, it's all about
I'm not
hype.
saying they're bad.
No.
I'm just saying
No.
they're both, like, everybody puts it up to them, but you look at, other acts that are comparable, and
Right.
had they had the same fan base, you'd be
Right.
saying the same thing about
True.
them.
I agree with that.
But it's like, I'll die on the grave that Nirvana's overrated.
Oh, I agree with that too. Their song, what is their one, Teen Spirit or something?
That wasn't their only song, but that was the biggest song.
Yeah.
And people are still wearing the little smiley face, not knowing anything about it.
Really?
And they're like, Teen Spirit's the greatest song. No, it's not.
You know that kid in the pool?
It's not the greatest song.
No, it's not.
And that kid in the pool was a douche
Who
who got
sued
mad.
them.
He stopped
Yeah.
getting money.
And sued them. And basically was saying they abused them. Wow.
After he recreated the picture a couple times.
Exactly.
Tried to make money off of it,
I
and then he
swear.
couldn't make any more money off of it, so he decided to sue him. That's what happened.
That is what happened. That is 100% what happened. See how celebrities are, and people worship them. Whatever,
Well, he's not a celebrity.
Not
He's
him,
just some
but
random.
right. But I mean, celebrities overall are overrated. I mean, some of the people they give these Academy Awards to, and the Grammys,
I think the
and all
awards are
those,
overrated.
they're rigged too, 100%. You know,
It's all overrated.
it is. I'm all over those. I used to watch them religiously.
Is this what a bunch of rich people?
Yeah, picking
Awarding
each
a
other.
bunch of rich people?
Yeah.
So they can make one of them can make more money and become
Yeah.
richer people.
Exactly. Okay. Here.
And then you look at it, and it's all the same people that
It
get
always-
nominated over and over and over and over and over again.
That's how it is. That's what's wrong with our
Like
world.
I was looking at the Emmys one time, and it was like something you would look, and half the time they're, and you want to talk about rigged,
Mhm.
they're shown by NBC, the Emmys, and they're shown by NBC. Lauren Michaels
Mhm.
is the one who runs it now. He's usually the producer
A
now.
Saturday Night
And that's
Live.
why all the Saturday Night Live cast members are the
Mhm.
ones who host it anymore.
Right.
And then you look at all the
The nominees.
variety show nominees, and the guest spot nominees, and the supporting actresses and the supporting actors, and all this, and it's all just SNL.
Not
And
a
you're like,
surprise.
listen,
Yeah. Not a
it's
surprise.
not that good. There are other options.
Yeah. They were. They
knocking
used to be
SNL.
good. They used to be good.
It
They
has
are
a
way
high.
overrated.
The thing
They
about
are.
SNL though,
They are
and I know a lot
overrated.
of people say that, is that it has its highs and lows,
Right.
and it also plays to the generation
That is now.
that is, yeah.
I agree with that.
So older people don't like it now,
Hmm.
just like older people than the older generation now. So like a couple years ago, I liked it.
Right.
Not so much anymore.
no.
You liked it a couple years ago when you
Well,
were around
Long
there.
time ago.
And
Long
then
time
you know
ago.
people before
Right.
you, and as your cast,
Mm.
your cast members start moving out, you don't like it anymore.
No, not
It's-
with the youngins.
You know what I mean? Then you're like, I don't get the humor anymore,
I
or
don't.
it's like it's stupid
Seems
to
dumb.
me.
I agree. It seems that
But
it's
it plays
overrated.
really well for the younger people, and
It's
they
still
get
overrated.
it.
It's still overrated. God, it's so overrated. I mean, who are the guest stars anymore? You never hear about that. Like
People
Saturday
that are
Night used to be
super
all, like-
famous to people that you've never heard of.
exactly
You've never heard of.
never.
But
Everyone else has. No, I don't do that anymore. I don't watch Saturday Night Live. Okay, how about this one? Restaurants. What's an overrated restaurant to you? Local or chain? For me, the national chain, definitely Olive Garden. I think is overrated.
It's not as good as it used to be.
No,
but it's still a great. It's still a great deal if you're broke.
And I agree with that, but
Because you can easily get, and then they have
all frozen food.
I don't know, but I've never been in their kitchen. I don't know. They also said Old Chicago was all frozen food, and it wasn't.
No,
like,
OC is not frozen food.
But I mean, it's the same concept of.
Yeah.
People say it's all frozen, and then you go back and you're like,
well, you know somebody that works there that says that. So, I mean,
the
Alfredo comes out of they heat it up in the microwave.
They probably sous vide it. I doubt they heat it in the microwave.
Anyway, I think.
But anyway, yeah, I don't think it's nearly as good. I was gonna say Olive Garden, but then I was like, but they have a really good value.
They do have a good salad and breadsticks.
Big ass pasta that you can spread out over 2 days, and now they have the thing where you can take one home.
Really?
For like a couple bucks and reheat later, and you get a soup or a salad and breadsticks and all this stuff, and you can have like a week's worth of food.
Yeah, for a couple bucks.
For like $20.
Yeah, that actually is a good deal.
Like,
I agree, that is a good deal, but
value wise, it's a great.
I won't eat that.
Quality wise,
I can cook all that shit myself, so it's just
if you're just in the mood and you want it quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still better options.
And you can get the lunch portion instead of the full meal.
Yeah, that is true too. I don't know. I don't
even remember the last time I've been to Olive Garden.
Yeah, me either. Now the other national chain, I really can't think of any. I mean, like Red Lobster, Applebee's, those ones are all fine. I mean, I don't think they're overrated or underrated. They're just there. But what about BJ's Brewhouse? Or is it PF Chang's? One of them there's both of them, huh? I think they're
PF
owned by
Chang's
the same.
is bigger.
I think they're owned by the same person, though.
I would say PF Chang's is bigger.
Yeah.
I never heard of BJ's Brewhouse until I got here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but they have them back east, PF Chang's?
They have PF Chang's everywhere.
Oh.
They didn't have them where I was from, but I knew exactly what it was. And Benihana's.
Cool. I love Benihana's. I know we have one here. I've never been there.
I had heard of it, never been there.
Not the one here.
I still, to this day, haven't been to PF Chang's or Benihana's.
Well, I guess we're going to have a lunch date. If seriously, you will love PF Chang's.
Yeah.
Or Benihana's, whichever one. We'll go to all of them, both of them, whatever.
I've been to Hibachi, which is not PF Chang's.
Okay,
or
good.
Not Benihana's.
Benihana's, yeah. Osaka up here is pretty good, too. Our local one, it's really good, too. But anyway, that's getting off topic. So, I mean, we could talk about restaurants all day long, which ones we think are shitty. I cannot stand Wingstop.
I would say that's overrated.
That one's
I had it for the first time not too long ago.
Me too.
I was like, it's not
that great.
Not great.
It's not that great.
I can find better.
When we were down on South Padre Island,
Buffalo Wild Wings.
They're overrated too. I like native wings. But anyway, let me tell you my story about Wingstop. So we were down on South Padre Island. We decided our first night there, we just getting off the plane. You know, everyone's at the beach. Let's order some wings, right? Mm-hmm. So we ordered, but everyone picked flavors, this and that. It was like $72, right? So, you know, we ordered delivery and everything. And an hour passed, and I was like, haven't got an email, text, or anything. So I was like, okay, well, let me call. And she goes, oh, yeah, it's sitting here. We don't do delivery. I said, so if I wouldn't have called, you would have just thrown my order out and kept my money? Yeah, probably. So we had to get in the car and go drive down there and get it. And you know that shit was cold.
Did you order it online?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes. Yes. They don't have delivery, but it's still on the site. She goes, I know, we've been telling our manager to get rid of it.
Oh.
So I'm not the only one that has happened to.
So that's a Wingstop corporate thing.
You would have just left my food sitting there, and we would have been at 11 o'clock at night. We're still wondering where our food is.
They could have.
Fuck off, Wingstop. Yeah, exactly.
That was more of a customer service thing, but.
And you know, I walked in there hot. Anyway, so yeah, there never again will I eat at Wingstop. No way. Now here's my favorite thing to get into: teams, sports teams. Number one on my list, well, they pretty much suck this year, but it has to be the Patriots. They're my number one most hated team. I could easily say that with my eyes closed. Then they were so. See, now that Brady's not around, look how shitty they're doing.
No, that's because he took all the good ones with him.
I thought, when you're a good team, it's usually the coach that helps too. But now you don't have Brady, and you're like 2-7. What? I can't even believe the Patriots are that bad. It's so funny to me. Love it.
I don't know. I feel like the only way I would say teams are overrated are like when they have all these fans for no necessary reason. Like the Patriots, right? Or the Steelers. The Steelers have so many fans that have never been to Pittsburgh, never been to Pennsylvania,
Exactly.
don't live anywhere near there.
Exactly.
And there's no real fucking reason for them to be.
They do have a lot of fans. They probably have most fans in the league, too.
And the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. They're another overrated team, too. I mean, who said that they were America's team? Who said that?
Because they were really fucking great, and they had a great team, and most of America cheered for them.
They still don't have as many
90s.
rings as the Steelers, the Patriots, or the 49ers. So
But
what
they
made
were
them?
the underdogs who came up.
Fuck them. I was pissed that they made them America's team. I didn't take
They're not America's team.
They're
anymore.
not.
It was just a little branding.
It still made me
thing.
mad, man. It made me. I was hot about that because it's like, really? Because back then, living in New Mexico,
That
you
was
only got
just
2
in,
teams.
The mid-90s, early to mid-90s, they did that.
No, it was 80s, maybe. 80s. Yeah, because the 70s were like Steelers. 80s were the 49ers. So maybe late 80s, early 90s. Still, though.
Whoever's the hot team.
What didn't that happen with, the old quarterback? Start with the C.
Aikman?
Shoot, no. Even before that. Roger Staubach, right?
Yeah.
That's when they were doing that. And that was back in the 70s. I just didn't think it was fair for them to say, oh, America's team. There's 32 teams, so what the hell are you doing that? But definitely.
I don't think there were 32 teams at that point.
Maybe not. But still, you get my drift. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I was like, what? No. That one really makes me mad. But they definitely can fuck off. I don't care about them. But definitely the Patriots are number one.
But even at that, I mean, I don't know if I would say the teams. I wouldn't say like the team is overrated, but
Or
I would
the
say the
NFL.
fans are assholes.
Well, yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about the way fans are at some of these games.
Yeah.
Well, the NFL, all of them. The NFL, the NBA, the MLB. I don't know what the acronym is for soccer. What is it?
Nationally is MLS.
MLS, all of them.
And then there's FIFA, which is the worldwide one.
Yeah, all of them, and all that
And then
money
there's
they're
a bunch
making.
of other.
Yeah, sports are way overrated. I mean, I love them. I like playing in them, but I don't think they give the people who are actually having the fans watched. I don't think they're giving their players and the teams their fair share of all those billions of dollars. Not even close. Do you think so?
I don't know. Those players make a lot of fucking money.
They do, but you know what? It's still, I don't know. When you're making $100 million and your owner is making billions, I don't see that as fair.
Yeah, but you're making $100 million, and the person next to you is making $100 million, and the person next to you is making $50 million, and there's like 50 players on the team, all making multi-millions.
Billions of dollars, though, billions.
Yeah, but they gotta pay for all of them.
Well,
Plus, they gotta pay all the coaching staff. Plus, they gotta pay all the trainers. Plus, they gotta pay for the fields. Plus, they gotta pay for all this
and
other
they should.
stuff.
Instead of coming taxpayers for trying to get money for us to build them a new stadium, they do that.
They pay for the teams pay for a lot of the stuff that's in the stadiums
should.
and stuff going on.
They should.
Those guys get paid a lot of fucking money. The ones that bring in a lot of money get paid a lot of money.
I agree with that, but still, it just seems, I don't know, it still seems too lopsided for me, and maybe that's just because it's me.
Business.
It is a business. It is, and
there's no reason to get into business if you're not going to make money.
I agree with that. That is a hard fact.
And if your business is making a shit ton of money, and you're still paying people decently, I don't know. I mean, I know you've seen some of these contracts they put out.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking insane.
They
It's
are
like
insane.
$500 million contract for 4 years
Yeah.
with a guaranteed 300 million. Even if you get injured on your first play,
that better be guaranteed too, because I
no,
know
that's what
they
it-
better be. Because could you imagine getting hurt and then losing all that money?
but that's
You
why
better
they
have
have
it.
those guarantees. So
Yeah.
if it's like a 500 million for 5 years, and then 350 million guaranteed, that means no matter what happens, you're making $350 million.
I could spend that.
Even if you spend the next 5 years sitting on a motherfucking bench,
Yeah, exactly. Truth, man. That is true.
cheering on your team.
That is so true. I do have one.
And you're gonna
last
tell me
one.
that person is underpaid?
Okay, in that scenario, I agree. Okay, I have one last point that I think is overrated, and that is WORK, work. I personally think working is overrated because, one, not everyone wants to work an 8 to 5 job. Not everyone. The thing that we've all gotten used to is this traditional 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. They are thinking about going to 4 10-hour days for the people who work those 9 to 5. I think that would be better, and then they'd have Friday, Saturday, and Sundays
I
off.
know there are countries in
People
Europe
are
doing
burnt out of
that.
working.
I don't think work is overrated
I
because
do.
nobody wants to fucking do it. I mean, they do it. I don't mean it as the way
Yeah.
people are bitching, like nobody wants to work.
Oh yeah,
No, people do work.
right, but they're not
Nobody-
getting their worth.
Nobody wants to.
No one wants.
They
well,
go to work.
some people are that type A personality that think that if they're not worthy unless they're busy. I do
Well,
not.
that's
fit
not
in-
the same
I
as
don't fit into
going
that.
to a job.
I know. I don't fit into that category though at all. I just think it's overrated. I think that
I think the cons. Let me be a little more specific on
Okay.
what you're saying. That I
All right.
because I don't. I think if everybody could like have $1 billion and not have to worry about their bills
Right.
and
of course,
all that.
of course,
but outside is something to do to kill some time
right.
or I feel like most people would do that.
I
Like
know.
they would just quit their jobs or work a day or two
Right.
a week and
Right. And
have
fuck
human
around.
interaction.
Exactly.
And dick around all day.
All right, I get that. But the
the
word
concept,
work,
the
right.
traditional concept
of work.
of work,
Mm-hmm.
of saying if you're not in a business, traditional
Mhm.
office, then that's not, you're not working,
Right.
and you need to be doing that. And
Exactly.
it's like, well, tradesmen are workers. They're
Exactly.
working, and they make a lot more fucking money than
Exactly.
a lot of those people sitting in offices.
Exactly. And 9 to 5 jobs are just, they don't have to be that way anymore. But the thing
Or you
about
have
it
restaurant work, and they're like, go get a real job. It's
Right.
like, bitch, I make more money than you do.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Like,
that's
you
what
could
we
tell me
need
that,
to do
and you
that.
can look down on me as long
Right.
as you tip me. But if you're not,
We need to change that word,
Contributing.
that we have to change the culture around that word work.
yeah,
Because
I agree with that.
yeah,
I think the
because it's-
traditional mindset,
Right. It's overrated.
especially nowadays,
Mhm.
with a lot of people making a lot of money on social media
Yeah.
and through
Influencers.
different outlets and
Exactly.
opening their own businesses in non-traditional forms.
Exactly.
Like,
That's what I'm talking about.
that I 100% I would agree with.
Yeah.
That the traditional
word
acceptance of the
work.
word work and job,
I agree.
that's
what I'm
overrated
talking
because we're past that.
Past
the world
that.
has grown, and so have we.
And with that, we're gonna wrap it up. So you got any last things to say, Liz? Because that was pretty good.
Oh no, I'm good.
Don't let shit get you down. You're not alone. We're all in this shit together. Peace out.